Can you hear me? Thumbs up. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Sylvester.
Let's go.
All right. Let's retweet the space. Let's get some people in here before we start. Got any music?
I always got music.
Let's fucking go.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but fuck him, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, top picking it up. Let's go ahead and see anyway. He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even his starstruck. Humble to opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together yourself, got a picture connects. Never asking for someone's help, but to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear. Be 100% clear, cause while you was ill, who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Why you had the stupidest verse? Let's do this the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard you fucking with that shot. 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. They call him like sick and he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer. He's hot, found him for minor with top for the fucking nihilist porcupine. He's a prick, he's a cop, the type women wanna be within rappers, hope he gets shot. 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with Shinoda's taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, this shit is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of shit that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He often gets a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it giving that person doesn't stand for an acronym? No, he's in the booth, let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and his crew, I know Loran is one of the best. Dedicated to what they do and give 100%. Forget Mike, nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note, he writes every line, and I've seen him at work when that light goes on in his mind. It's like it's a sign, it's written in his head every time before he even touches the key or speaks in a rhyme. And those motherfuckers he runs with, the kids that he signed, ridiculous. Without even trying, how did they do it? 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
Let's fucking go. Thanks for the music, Sylvester. Welcome everybody back to another show, Beyond the Blockchain, where we don't sugarcoat it, we uncover the truth. I'm your host, Zach from Subway. Today we're diving deep into something that's not a pump narrative or a meme coin hype, but into the uncomfortable reality of this space. Crypto is rigged, for everyone that doesn't know. If you're not on the inside, you are exit liquidity. But if you position yourself with conviction, align with the right projects, and ride with the right builders, this game becomes one of the most powerful wealth transfers you'll ever witness. You ever wonder why, when you buy a token, it nukes right away? Why influencers shill something and disappear the next week? Why the charts always pump right before you're about to buy, only to dump in minutes? This isn't bad luck. This isn't poor timing. This is a system built to rinse the unaware. So here's how it works. Insiders get in first, seed rounds, private rounds, early mints. They pay fractions of a penny. Then the token launches, retail rushes in, thinking they're early, but in reality, you're buying someone else's 10,000% gain. Their exit liquidity is your entry. They call it a fair launch, but the wallets say otherwise. Now, I'm not saying everyone in the space is a scammer, but the system is structured of the space is designed so that the average person always arrives late. They don't teach you tokenomics. They don't show you the vesting schedules. You're not invited to the meetings behind the scenes. You're the volume. You're the liquidity. You are the exit. But guess what? Once you see the matrix, you can start moving differently. So that's why we talk about really good projects in the space. And I'm going to get over to my co-host, Sylvester. I see we got Summers, Nova Chain up here, Cyrus. We got all kinds of people. Listen, you guys have to follow great builders, great people in the space, and you will win. I mean, let's flip the narrative. You know, crypto is rigged, but so is everything. Wall Street is rigged. Politics are rigged. Real estate's rigged. The question isn't, is the game fair? The question is, how do I win inside the game? And that's where positioning comes in. If you align yourself with the projects that have a long-term vision, teams who show up every day, communities that actually care, you start riding a different wave. You're not buying into a chart, you're buying into a momentum. You're not following hype, you're following conviction. This is where you find the builders, the real ones. They're not promising Lambos, they're not shipping code, they're creating infrastructure. They're putting in the time. And all I got to say is follow Nova Chain. We're here to build. So let me get over to my co-host, Sylvester. What's up, Sylvester?
Oh, I'm in for a fucking hell of a night here.
This shit. Me, brick by brick. Lose. I don't lose. I win. That's my job. That's what I do. You have to think I am the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. I'll never give up. Never. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
All I gotta say is it's our opportunity right now to stand up and, like Zach said, shift the narrative, change the way people see crypto, because the game is rigged and it's designed to divide and conquer. That's what they do to us when we chase random tokens. But if we start to focus on the real builders in this space, the people who are really driven to change the name of the game and actually create something worth investing in, you're going to start to see value instead of noise. Because when it comes to selling a product, you have to have something tangible to give them, something they're happy to invest their money in. And when it's false promises and empty promises, it doesn't deliver anything. There is no intricate value, and you are the exit liquidity. It's time to shift this narrative and start focusing on the real builders out here. That's all.
Let's go. Sorry, I had to go yell at my son. I know it's very serious, but he's out there fucking cutting a tree down with a chainsaw, and I'm trying to host a space here. I'm not even gonna lie. I just ran out there. I'm like, put the fucking chainsaw down. If you want some ammo, come on the space. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So, Sylvester, what are you bullish on? And where do you see the game, the manipulation in the game?
I'm bullish on obviously Nova, and I see so much potential in a lot of our partners as well. You know, we have Raid Sharks and Lunar Leap Games, and we have TSO, and these are honest people who are really trying to build something that is going to benefit the space and also benefit their holders. And something that I think is really just over exaggerated in this space is what people are delivering. Because a lot of people talk about delivering something and delivering nothing. And it's just to keep luring you in and keep providing them with that exit liquidity. That's why market caps sit so low over long periods of time, because they feed you a promise that never gets delivered. And it's just to keep you buying more, keep you buying the dip. And in reality, they're just using you to escape. because without you, they have no liquidity to just pull their money and run. So they need to keep providing fake stories and fake products for you to keep investing. And I think it's something that's very much taken advantage of because this game is built on attention. And that's where I see a lot of things going wrong in the space is the attention is given to the wrong projects and the wrong things. And, we have to get back to the reality of what is a community and what really drives a project. And it's not false promises. It's people who really build and it's people who are driven to create something new for the space, and that's where I really focus my investments on. I'm not here to provide financial advice, but I am here to tell you that I think there's more opportunity in getting in early to a team, and a project that has a group of people who are dedicated to a specific vision, a specific goal, and a market and business plan, not just hey, we're going to do this marketing and pump the shit out of the token. No, you have to deliver something of value, something worth investing in, and something that's going to make those investors happy. And that's why I believe in the projects that I believe, because they deliver those things. So in the grand scheme of things, I'm focused on Nova and our partners. And honestly, there's a lot of projects that have come in and out of our spaces that I still focus on as well, and those communities. And I'm watching them build. And when I have the liquidity to invest, I know where my money's going because I've listened to them, I've watched them, I've studied their community, and I see that drive that these people have. And it's the same thing you all feel about the projects that you're in, whoever you are and whatever project you're from listening into this. You have that belief in that project, and it's the same belief we have in Nova. It's the same belief that the community members have in TSO and K9 Finance and all these great projects out here. Like, that's where my money goes, because I know it may be a little bit longer and drawn out, but I'm going to see success from those communities. So, the get rich quick scheme to me is a crock of shit. Yes, you can get lucky, but 90% of the time you're going to get wrecked chasing something stupid. So that's my take on the space and what's going on and where I put my money.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when you think about it, things don't just go to 100 million market cap for no reason. There's a whole crew behind it pumping it. Um, and
Look at
unfortunately,
look at Aura. That was the most recent one. It came out of nowhere and just went to hundreds of 100 million.
yep,
And
that's
that's fabricated. It's fake.
is fake, 100% fake. And people need to understand this. Like, that's why you don't want to catch the FOMO. Maybe wait for it to dip, you know, ridiculous percentage after the launch, and then you get in. And now the real work starts, right? The launch is the easiest part. It's keeping it afloat. So if you can get in right at that bottom and hold tight, you're probably going to do okay, especially if you got a team that's really looking to push it. Like, you got to really do your research and find out what they've raised, who's behind it, what are they pushing, who are they getting a hold of. Like, don't get me wrong, influencers are cool and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with them. You need people to promote the space and stuff, but see how things are done. See where if they're being handed, 5% of the supply, because they're going to dump that. That's how they make money. I think the space needs to go more in the maybe stable coin direction, as in paying influencers. Like, if projects pay me to help promote them, like if I feel like it's a good legitimate project, I'll just take a stable coin now, so it doesn't affect the chart. I'm here to help you build, not crush you. What good is it when they're handing you tokens and you're just fucking dumping them? Like, how are you helping the chart there? Because you put one fucking tweet out? Give me a break. That shit ain't gonna do nothing. So, if you follow the space and how things move in it, you can really find some great projects. And and really do your due diligence, because this is your money, right? And you're investing. And there's a lot of ways you can lose in this space. No one talks about this. They all talk about, go look at the timeline. Oh, you should have bought meme coins. It's gonna go to 100 million. No, just watch some things, some projects that are really building. And that's what you want to invest in. because overall you're still early, even if they haven't got those influencers yet. You got conviction, go out there and push and all kinds of great stuff. But I could talk on forever. I'm gonna get over to Shelby, and then I'm gonna get over to, I think it was Novachain or Summers. What's up, Shelby?
Hi, what's going on? I missed the beginning. My child was using a chainsaw in a yard. But I think from what I heard, I mean, and this might be like not the most popular opinion, but I think that you had said like, why is it rigged? Or is that what you were talking about, Zach?
Absolutely, the crypto game is rigged. You just basically the whole
Okay,
monologue.
yeah. So I mean, you have what? You have whales. They're usually going to get into pre-sales, private rounds, and you have to trust that they're not going to dump. You have some developers that reserve huge supply of tokens for insiders. Um, it just fake hype and market manipulation. And like this is like what I preach on all the time. Like I very rarely will get into a project that I'm not personally involved with. So sometimes, I will get tokens, but for the most majority of it, I buy in. So I bought my own bag of Nova. I didn't get any team tokens. I didn't get anything. Because I know how the operation is working. I know the team. I know what the end game is. But, without doing your research, and it's like, how do you do that research? And I feel like a lot of people that are going to be coming into this market, they're going to see someone like, and I'm just using this as an example, but they're going to see someone like Zach Humphreys. Okay, well, someone gives him tokens and he's going to talk this project up, and then 2 days later he's going to dump on them. Okay, well, these poor people have no freaking clue what is actually going down. And so I feel like a lot of the projects that will be in the front running as the normal person is going to be starting to invest in crypto is going to be utility projects, because it's going to offer them a solution. So if they're coming into crypto, probably looking for ways to maybe pay for something, or they're going to gain something, or it's linked to a tangible item, or a solution to an everyday problem or something. I don't know. It's so hard to trust the space. And I know that everyone has their projects that they're believing in, but it's kind of, without knowing exactly what's going on, it's rigged. It's completely rigged how it works, how it goes down, how the influencers work, the KOLs. Is it a honeypot? Is it going to be a pump and dump? How was it launched? Who owns it? Where's the liquidity? Is liquidity locked? Like, there's just, I don't know, going on and Zach.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. Yeah. But what's funny? Like everyone's like, oh, the liquidity is locked, not locked, blah, blah, blah. Or like, it's great because you burn some things are locked up. But at the end of the day, if the fucking dev's got majority of supply of the tokens he's dumping on you,
Right. It doesn't matter
how
what
great the
is locked,
contract,
what's not locked. It doesn't matter who the whale is,
anything.
who's not the whale. Like, I don't know. And like, you're such a tiny speck in this huge ocean. Like, you're the minnow and the whale is eating you. Like, they're just waiting for you to get in so that they can get out.
Yeah, that's how it is. And unfortunately, that's not, I know this is a sore subject. That's why I like to bring it up on the Beyond the Blockchain, because I'm the only guy that will talk about this and tell you the truth, really. I mean, everyone else is go look at their timelines. Meme coins are going to send you to the moon. This is the next big thing. The blah blah blah. Shut
Well,
the
I mean,
fuck
it's
up.
the FOMO. If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is.
Like, I'll tell you the next big thing is Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right, just follow that kind of stuff. That is more, realistic than the next tickers going to the moon. Because if they're promoting it, they got paid for it. So, there are great projects out there. There's new flashy things out there that they need to capitalize on. Think about this too, because we're I would say about in the middle to top of the bull run. I know people are going to be like, "Oh, what are you talking about? Things haven't mooned yet." Yeah, they haven't yet. But if you look at overall, the cycles, we're up there, right? So people are going to capitalize right now in the next few months, maybe 5 to 6 months. You're going to see things coming out like it's the next best thing. It's because the top's almost here and they need to extract as much liquidity as they can to survive through the bear market. So, really pay attention to that kind of stuff. And it was funny because I was honestly going to go hard on that exchange that I saw the other day, but I did see a tweet, and I'm going to give them compliments that they're now accepting Bone and Shib for their pre-sale. So I got to give credit where credit's due. I'm not a complete asshole. I see things how they are, and they adjusted. And luckily, the community spoke out. I mean, seriously, the community. I didn't have to be the only guy this time going after them. Like I saw all the Shib army going after it. I'm like, finally sent back with a cup of coffee going, finally people are opening their eyes, this is great. So they accept that now for their new launch on the pre-sale. So congrats to them. Hopefully it's still launching on Shibarium like that. If it's don't want it to be e-token because you're promoting this big thing. This is a wonderful thing for Shibarium, right? The exchange concept, all that. Long and shorting, we'll get into all of that in a little bit, but it's great for the Shib army, right? So do it 100% correct. Launch this thing on Shibarium, right? Don't extract the liquidity before you get there, because then there'll be nothing to go to. So hopefully their token will be on Shibarium, but I have a gut feeling it's probably going to be on either probably ETH, just for money purposes. But I guess I'm going all over the place. My segment is insane because my brain's all over the place. And I'm just thinking of how things are rigged, longing, shorting, all kinds of stuff. That whole concept, protocols are not rigged, but the way people can manipulate it can definitely be rigged. So definitely, watch how you're investing, how you're longing, how you're shorting, how you're doing the perpetuals, all that great stuff. But this game can spit you up and eat you alive. And I don't know, I'll probably get banned for saying this, having this space, because crypto's selling you this idea of Lambos, and they're selling you on a dream that's not a reality. At the end of the day, it's not a reality. There's a few people that will make it, and those few people that are making that money that you see walking around with chains and stuff, those are the insider guys, right? So this I might piss off a lot of people, but at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck because I say it how it is, right? And I'll probably see a lot of these people in Miami, but at the end of I don't care because I want people to know that it's time to start investing in real projects, right? Not just the pump and dumps, extracting liquidity so that next influencer could go on his vacation and post pictures on your timeline, on his timeline, and you're going, man, I'm working my 9 to 5 trying to get to that. How do I get to that? And it kind of puts out a bad sentiment of what to do and how to make it in this game. And there are ways to make it in this game and do it properly. Like you can be a great influencer, but maybe take a stable coin instead of, yeah, you might miss that pump, but at least you're doing the right thing. You're helping the project, you're promoting them, but you're not affecting the chart of the holders. So to me, that's a perfect professional way. Same
Well,
with IRL
I also
kind of
feel
world.
like
You know what I mean?
if you're an influencer, like you need to take it really like responsibility for it. Like you're basically an educator in this space. Are you going to do it the right way? Are you going to do it the shady way? Are you going to be the back alley educator, or are you going to be like the stand-up professor that's really going to help the space? Because in the long run, we all need to learn the space and help onboard. So what are they doing? Like, are they being the shady type? Are they actually, and it's like when you're just getting into this space, you're probably going to go to YouTube. You're probably going to find the first person. You're going to, or kind of go through a couple people. You're going to find one that you think is like cool and whatever, like flashy. I'm just like thinking of like my kids, like, they attach to these like YouTubers and TikTok people, like, and because they have the flashy cars and the flashy jewelry or this or that, like, ooh, well, I can do that, and it's like usually like the back alley, like shady as shit type of bullshit that like is really hurting the space and hurting our projects, and it's not helping us kind of get the word out that we are doing good, because there's a lot of projects that actually really do good. I mean, just looking through the space right now, I can't see everyone, but I see Andrew, and he's over there planting trees and like doing good for the world and like bringing people together in IRL events and stuff. And like, no one's celebrating that. No one's talking about that. It's always the negative or like the negative influencer or who scammed who and like honeypots. And it's such bullshit.
I agree 100%. But there's also good people in the space. Well, no, you just said that. Andrew's a great person. But even like Ragnar, I see him down there. There's great people that do well in this space. But sometimes you got to flesh out the bullshit, right? At the end of the day. And try to follow these great projects. I'm a big fan. I've been really hanging out in K9 a lot, listening quietly in there, and I love what they're doing. Like I think they're running a proper DAO, all kinds of great stuff going on. And they're very professional, probably more professional than myself at the moment. But no, they got a great team and great people doing stuff. I like them over there. And it's at the end of the day, it's business too. Think about it. I mean, things are business. I mean, I got to follow, then I got to unfollow, and the space happened probably because of business. I'm not good for people's business, but I don't care. I'm my own business. So at the end of the day, you just do what you do. But also, happy birthday to Shiba Inu. I know it's 5 years. I see that everywhere. Paying attention, and congratulations to everyone that's held in there. And Shib's not going anywhere. I mean, it's a top. I think the last time I looked, it was 22 top coin market cap. It'll fluctuate, but I think at the core, the SHIB army is here to stay. Whether projects come to go, whether developers stay or project leads come and go, it doesn't fucking matter as long as the SHIB army stick together. And that is one of those projects that really teaches you community, right? So, but at the end of the day, it's not 2021 anymore either. So you also got to open your eyes. So it's 2025. Pump.fund is fucking saturated the market completely. So maybe some projects you got into a year ago may never go again. It's just the reality. And some may. I think that's why I think at the end of the day, you need a great product, a great team, great building, great community, and you will survive.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say when I like lost my train of thought earlier is that, we're out here, especially like myself, trying to onboard like a lot of women and, some women don't have access to money. They have no financials. Like this is giving them freedom. Like some countries are so like, I just feel so bad. And for them to like be brave enough to learn crypto, to get a wallet, to believe in it that much that they could have a say in their own life. And, a lot of people take advantage of that. And, just like the scammy ways or like, why is this industry think that it's okay to take advantage of people that literally have nothing? And, they're trying to like create a voice for themselves. And, I see a lot of women that are so excited that they finally have their own money. And then the next thing they get into a project and it completely like, they get dusted or they get scammed or like all this stuff. So I hope that in the future it's, obviously we're in DeFi, but what can we do to help that sector of it just be a little bit better, if that makes sense? Did we lose you, Zach?
I don't know if we lost him. Oh, here he is.
Yeah, are you rugging or is it?
Oh no, Zach's rugging. Yeah, Zach, we can't hear you, buddy. Anyway, I don't want to interrupt the conversation, but Nick
Could be me.
Uh-oh.
Don't think.
Uh-oh.
Take away the PFPs. Yeah. Am I here?
You need to stop talking and get on your phone on the Beyond the Blockchain and go outside because we can't hear you at all.
Uh-oh. Did I rug?
You
Shelby,
just stop. Sylvester.
Shelby, run. But anyway, we got a friend of ours from NovaChain. His name is Nick Crypto. He has a friend that wanted to speak tonight, isn't on a time crunch. So I wanted to take the time to give him the platform. We have Soul Boost up here. Sorry, other speakers. I'll turn it over to you guys after, but I just want to respect his time. He came out to share. So Soul Boost, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yep, you're a lot clearer than Zach was.
All right. Thank you. First of all, thank you for giving me a chance to talk about my project and let me on early. I've got a date night with the wife and, so it's important to do that as well. Keep the family happy. But let me just start off by saying that I agree with everything you've said about the game being rigged. It's absolute truth. I think it puts me in a bit of a tough spot to talk about my project after hearing that everything's a scam, but I think it fits with what I'm going to talk about because I want to talk about my project and I want to talk a little bit about earning the trust of the community. But you guys can still hear me okay?
Yeah, just ignore Zach. Sorry about the interruptions.
Yeah, no worries. Well, as long as you can hear me, I'm used to interruptions. But so I'm the owner / developer of Soul Boost, as you mentioned. Ticker is SOLB. And I'll give you the highlights and then we'll get into what makes us different as a project. So we're a tax coin that produces SOL and SOL-based returns. There's a 6% tax on buy sells. And we've been around for about a week. In fact, essentially the way that it works, the tokenomics, 60% goes buy sell volume based on the tax goes directly back to owners in SOL based rewards every 15 minutes, and 40% goes to the development wallet. But I'll tell you, 100% of those profits of that developer wallet goes directly back to the community. So we're talking buybacks to support the chart, giveaways, marketing, and we've been doing a lot of investing in liquidity to build this thing for the long term. But let me just kind of touch on a few things that I think separate or our project makes it different from other projects out there. I personally come from a traditional finance background. I've been in crypto for about 8 years, and like most everybody in this space, I'm tired of the pump and dumps. We've all seen the rugs. We all know based on our own individual experience and just what you talked about at the top of this space is right. There's a lot of bad actors in the space. And I just loved crypto. I love the tech. I'm an early investor in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this to me is not a money-making opportunity. This is really an opportunity to build a community and start to give back. And I'm a bit of an old guy for crypto. In fact, I had to put together a PowerPoint presentation just to teach these guys how to get a Phantom wallet, how to trade on Raydium. It was kind of a difficult process, but we onboarded these guys. They're all excited. I mean, these are businessmen. These are not your traditional crypto investors. They're invested at the ground floor and they're not selling no matter what. So we built a real strong foundation based upon these folks. And then the second thing was really just investing online through X and Telegram and building the community online and earning the trust of the community by doing what we say we're going to do and being absolutely transparent with everything that we're doing. The second thing that differentiates us, I'll say, is I'm using my personal funds to get this off the ground. So, marketing, all the things that go into a project, most of that stuff is coming right out of my personal funds. And I'm just using the dev funds as sort of extra liquidity to buy the chart and make sure that folks aren't getting dumped on. In fact, I actually, out of my own personal wallet, I've contributed 2 or 3 different SOL producing coins to our distribution wallet. And that means that every time there's a transaction on one of those coins, the SOL volume goes directly to our shareholders. Again, this was all funded by my personal wallet, not from community funds. And the vision here is really to continue to build trust in the community and project, can continue to invest in this treasury so that the more we grow and the more we can raise up these other smaller projects, it's going to benefit everybody that's been backing our project. So I'll leave you with a couple things. First of all, I'm not going to let this project fail. For those that have a group of buddies that are invested in anything, it's not about the money. They're in for bucks. It's nothing to them. But I'll be damned if I'm gonna let them hold this over. If I lose them money, they're gonna hold this over me for the rest of my life, and I'm not gonna let that happen. So I'm not gonna let this project fail. I'm going to be in it for the long term. In fact, if you look at our chart, somebody came in earlier today, acquired a pretty large position in our project, and then dumped on the community. And the project basically was, the market cap was cut in half in a split second. And what you saw is the community immediately bought that dip. In 5 minutes, we were right back to where we started from. So I think it just speaks to the community, what we're building here from the long term, the trust that we've been able to establish. Again, I'm not here to pump this up. I'm not here to tell you to go out and buy my coin, but I would invite everybody to come check us out, sit in our Telegram for a little bit, meet some of the folks that are helping build this project, and see why we've been able to build trust in the project. We're doing okay today. We're marketplaces on RevShare, which is where I don't have time for that. I'm sorry. I'll wrap this on Telegram, see what we're all about. We're out of you as well. So thank you.
That's awesome. No, thank you so much for coming up. Definitely, I'm going to join your, let's see. Oh, here's your Telegram. Okay, cool. So if you want to post that up in the bubble, if you haven't already, go for it, please, so everyone can find you. And, you're welcome to come in any week. We try and do spaces on Fridays. So if you can schedule some time away from family, I know Fridays are kind of tough, but we'd love to go more in depth on your project. And thanks, Sylvester, for bringing him up, because I had no clue that he was in here. I can't see anyone. X is being weird.
Yeah, I was like waiting for Zach to talk because he came up on the BTB
Can you hear
space
me?
account. There he is.
Holy shit. Yeah, even all right. So I'm hosting the space on my cellular device because I know not to host on Wi-Fi. And of course it doesn't fucking work. So I missed the first part of a Soul Boost. What does your project do real quick before this thing rugs on me?
Yeah, real quick, we're a tax coin, a soul-based tax coin, and we're building a treasury of other soul-producing tax coins, and I'm funding this out of my own personal wallet. So I'm taking my own personal funds. I'm building a treasury of other soul-producing coins, putting that directly in the distribution wallet, which is locked. I can't touch those funds. So that every time there's a transaction in any of these projects that we support through that mechanism, the soul goes directly to our shareholders, distributed automatically.
Awesome. Yeah, post whatever you want. Post that in the bubble up in the Zachatron. I just made that up. Pretty corny, but
yeah. Somebody's gonna have to help me with that because this is my second space, but I love it. I'm excited.
Space. Well, hey, this is what you do. Click on my profile, right? Be on the blockchain. Click on that, follow it, and then join the Telegram, and we'll chat behind in the back channels also. But if you want to post something, just click on like your timeline, and there's like
I'm gonna post something right now. Okay. It's something that they posted an hour ago, just so that it's up there in the bubble.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Much appreciated.
Awesome. What else we got up here?
The topic that started off everything was, so sorry for making it awkward for sharing if it was, but no, you did great. And just reach out to Zach, myself, Sylvester. It's Summers, and we'd love to have you back on if you have more time.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
still?
Appreciate it. I'll definitely take you up on that.
Yeah, we can hear you, Zach.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I'm rugging so bad. Yeah, no, the title of the space wasn't like to deter people, but is fucking
playing around with you
rigged.
guys. You got
projects from.
Oh, it is what it is. Unfortunately, we got to deal. we do allow people to post their project so that they see whatever. It's a it's a great place to network. So appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity, and I hate to jump on, tell about my story and then leave, but I got a date night with the wife, and she's waiting for me. So thank you for taking me.
Absolutely. Hey, family's important. Like, we're all here to change our lives to make it better for our families or ourselves. And, it's something that you got to focus on and make time for. We all have to do it. Thank you again for coming up.
Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
But we got some other speakers. We got Summers. We'll go over to you. And then we got Chester and I think Cyrus as well still up here. So let's get around to some of these speakers. What's up, Summers? All right, Summers rugged. How about you? Are you around?
Dude, what's up, Jimmy?
Yeah, you're good. I don't know what's up with everyone else tonight. This is just a repeat of the last one. I don't know.
Oh man, that's funny. Summers said he was gonna come up swinging tonight to me about something.
Yo,
I don't know
I
what it was about.
I just got to say there was, I think, 112 some listeners in the anonymous listening section. So I think we might have been botted. That might be fucking with the space right now. So, please don't bot the space. We like to just keep it natural. We appreciate it if you're trying to get us some more recognition, but we want real results. We don't really need to do that stuff. If the space grows, it grows, and that's because of the people out here. So just please, but go ahead, Chester.
True story, man. Yeah. Let's keep it real. Shit, I don't know what I was saying. Summers was supposed to come spit me some fire tonight and start this up about something, but it looks like he came in, wielding a maybe those like weak ass pruners he was using as his yard the other day when he showed us doing some yard work, and I'm wielding a fucking chainsaw, like Zach and Shelby's kid. It got, Summers, man, come on, bring it. I mean, just put your pruners down. I got 50 cc's of 2-stroke burning razor sharp high carbon steel teeth right here, buddy. Let's cut up some shit. I don't know. Let's just pick up the space. I mean, I was having a great Friday. Love Zach and the I don't know. Just came in. It's already a down day, right? It's already in the red. I mean, this pullback kind of had to be expected a little bit, Unfortunately, like I didn't even make any moves since you kind of saw it coming. It was like everything's ran hard for a few weeks and in the market in general. And it's like, do you sell? And it's like, no, I'm here to hold for the long term. But at the same time, like, oh, here we go, watching my portfolio, go down a bit. But just become seasoned to that, I think. Not worried about it, not sweating it at all.
Just become numb.
Yeah, we're numb. Oh shit! It might be zero the way you're talking. If the game is rigged, man, I just left here for a minute. I was selling everything. I'm out of here. I was about to walk out the door. Right, the game is rigged. They want you to leave, is what you want to say, right? Right. Yeah.
Well, we were just talking about this. Like, you're not really a dev if you're just clicking buttons, right?
Just call it the casino. It's as simple as
Right.
that. I mean, it's got to be here, you know, to you know, for people to, you know, you want to invest in crypto like any, like you want to invest in, you know, companies that have been around a long time. You know, in the stock market. Say, I'm not like, generalizing here, but you know, crypto is the same way, right? Is exactly what Zach is saying. It's like you want the top coins. Those are safe. We're safe at this point, especially with ETFs and adoption. So, I mean, but like crypto has always been like that. So the casino is there. Unfortunately, people are going to go there and lose their money and take the chance. Like when you, like, how many people, casinos are legal. You walk into a casino, like, what are your chances? I don't care how good you are at cards or how good you are at pulling the lever or pushing the button. Like, it's a chance. And the chance is real, and people like the chance.